like that. Straight like that. Straight like that. Straight like that. Straight like that.
CMPradio.net, man. We are live. This is Str8
Like
That.
Hey, bro.
What's up?
Ain't nothing. How's everything?
Oh man, I'm breathing, man.
You're breathing.
Yeah. I look like that.
Are you living?
Am I living?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
I am
that's
absolutely living. Yeah. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
My condolences to you and sis. You know what I'm saying? The passing of your mom.
Yeah, man. That drink was unexpected. You know, I was tripping Sunday, like really tripping. Just everything that I was dealing with, and
Yeah.
jobs, and not feeling like I deserved them, right? Like I'm not doing enough. And called my mom. I called my mom because Dave Berman had inboxed me and said he's seen her, and I was like, yeah, that's my baby. And I was like, let me call her.
Yeah.
And we had a nice conversation, about an hour, 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Through this conversation, she told me how proud she was of me.
Right.
That I changed, but that I didn't really change. Like, what I'm doing now was always inside of me. It was always eager to come out, but there was, like, I wanted to be accepted.
Right.
And she said once I put down, you know, the acceptance of other people, and I just began to do what I wanted to do, that's when I started to live. And she said she was proud of me. And I told her I just wanted to change, you know, the way she viewed me. And she said, I've never seen you as anything but my son.
Right.
And I love you. And I will always be proud of you. Even when you were going to jail, even when you were running the street, I knew that one day you would be where you are right now. And to wake up in the morning and to hear that she passed, that fucked with me, right? But if I didn't talk to her, if I didn't hear her voice
Get that,
before, if she didn't tell me she was proud of me, then we wouldn't be doing this podcast. I wouldn't have been on Avenue of the States. And 9 times out of 10, I doubt if I'll still be here, because my mother was everything to me. Mm-hmm. She was the only reason why I was doing anything. So, yeah, I appreciate the condolences. You know, me and sis trying to put mom in the ground correctly the way she wanted it. So, got some things we got to go through. Please, people, I want you to understand the value of having life insurance. I didn't realize it. I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
You do not want to leave without being able to take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, family always want to give the grandest things and all this other stuff. I'm talking about $14,000 for the funeral and $5,000 to put her in the ground. That's a lot of money.
It is.
And if you don't have it, you know, people then gotta cremate you. People then gotta, like, so I want to give my mom the funeral that she deserves, and you know, I need some help from my friends and my homies, and we're gonna do what we need to do, right? So it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to get up here and say all that stuff. It's hard to do a podcast or do anything when you know you have unfinished business or business to attend to. So, but we're here. I'm not going to let you down. I told you I was going to be here. I appreciate you waiting for me for a couple minutes. Just had to wait for Jordan to get picked up. She got picked up early, on time, right? But, you know, I had to talk to my family before I left the house. So, yeah, I appreciate you, man. We got a guest tonight.
We do.
She got red bottoms on.
Oh, man. Why? Why?
Why you had to put me on the spotlight?
And she an AKA.
Why you had to put me on the spotlight?
And she what?
And she an AKA.
Why you had to put me on the spotlight? Yes, I'm an AKA.
Yes.
Oh, you with this chapter in the city of Chester?
No, I'm actually with Sigma Zeta Omega in Newark, Delaware.
Oh wow.
Are you? Is one of your line sisters Ashley?
Ashley, which one? Because that's a couple Ashley.
No, it's tons of Ashley.
Very, very common name.
Ashley Burgess.
Yeah.
That's my
Ashley
baby.
with the
That's
big
my
boobs.
line sister.
Oh my gosh, Ashley that does Alyssa hair. That did the girl's hair. I used to do the girl's hair.
That's
Yep.
my line sister.
Yeah.
No, that's
I remember.
back to school. She going to pledge. She going to join.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. I'll be pledging in a little bit.
Oh, that's what's up.
Everybody want to be affiliated.
You a hater.
If I go back to school, you already
You already know
what I'm
you're gonna
pledging.
be a kid.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I can.
see that?
Yes.
She not the
Barking
first person
all
that said
day.
that.
Definitely see that. Definitely.
That nigga ain't going to it.
Who ain't going
Yes,
to
You
do
he
it?
ain't going to do it.
Mike,
Just so
Mike,
you can
I
bark.
can see him.
Just so I can
He bark now
bark.
without
Just
it.
so you can bark. That ain't crazy.
Do it now without it. Yes. Yup.
Sounded like DMX over
Right.
Uh-huh.
Now the funny story about that, I was upstate, bro, singing DMX, barking and growling just like that. They're like, "Yo, X, come on, bro!" Like, yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy,
Little
crazy.
bitch.
Listen,
I went in there skinny and came out fat, bro.
listen. It happens.
Yeah,
It happens.
yeah,
It happens.
it definitely
It can
happens.
either go that way or the other way. You could have just came home skinny. What? I said, you could have just came home skinny.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? At least you ate.
Like, no bueno, no good.
Yeah. But look, man, we got some questions.
Hey, Mike, what you trying to say?
We're going to move this thing along. L Boogie, we got 3 questions tonight. Andrea, you ready?
I'm ready.
P, you ready?
Oh, man.
always.
All right. We don't got no sports to talk about. Philadelphia ain't doing nothing.
Philly's doing good, bro.
They number 1 right now.
They number one for the first time in a long time.
They good.
They looking good.
They are.
They on a winning streak.
They are.
I
At
watched-
home, though.
Yeah, at home. I don't care.
You don't care?
As long as you win the games at home, that's all that matter, bro.
I mean, there's 81 of them.
No,
so
it's
it's good.
not 81 of them. It's
It's
more
you.
games at home than it's games away.
No, it is. It's 81 and 81.
They don't split it up like that.
They do.
But yeah.
They split it up like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if the Eagles are playing in Sao Paulo, and I got the Penny sent me the drink.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't
let's
know.
go.
I don't know if I can go.
We ain't even gonna stop it. We're gonna see what we can do. Come
Why
on.
you don't know if you can go?
Man, listen, I ain't trying to.
You ain't trying what?
We
Anyway,
ain't even gonna worry about that. We're gonna see what we can do.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, but that's football because it's an odd number of games.
no, it's not 17. That's even.
When has 7 been an even number?
My fault. You know, math wasn't my favorite shit.
When has 7 been an even number? So
When you break it down 3.5,
1 year you'll have more games. Like last year, we had more away games than home. This year we're gonna have, we're gonna be 8-8 because Sao Paulo is considered a home game for us. So that's 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
Speaking of the Eagles, I'm going to the Women's Day Festival like I
you
do
going?
every year. Meet some of the players,
That's what's up.
hang out in the locker room,
That's what's up.
that's crazy when you think about women hanging out in a locker room.
hanging
full
out
of
in the
men.
locker
You
room.
got listen.
No,
And they be
That-
hype about, I'm going to hang out in the sweaty locker room.
Excuse me. The men aren't down in the locker room when we're down there.
They getting a tour of the stadium.
but-
I'm
They getting
still
a tour.
saying, like, when they are in there, it's a
The
sweaty
journalists
locker
and
room.
all that.
You going to go in there,
Yup.
smells so good in
Yup,
here.
all that practice stuff be in there.
Grab a
Practice,
jock strap.
you
Oh
know.
yeah, man! Your boy signed an extension. How you feel
Yeah.
about that?
Ooh,
AJ Brown.
3-year joint.
trading.
Still.
I hope he come back with a better attitude.
Still?
though.
Now, listen.
I need him to come back with a better
Don't do
attitude.
that.
So understand
Oh,
this,
my
right?
gosh.
Bro, listen.
What?
I was just talking. I love AJ Brown.
I know you do.
I think he is one of the best wide receivers the Eagles has ever had, right?
Okay.
But we also have Devontae Smith on the other side. You know what I mean?
You need that 2-headed monster.
If we were not able to pull off the draft that we pulled off, bro, like
Yeah,
get,
that draft was crazy.
get 2 of our top, like
Needs.
our top 2
Needs, yeah.
We're looking at the draft where we're like, yeah, we would love, Quentin Mitchell or Cooper DeJean, and to get both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah. How he was willing and dealing.
He wasn't willing. He
He
didn't have
was.
to
He
deal
didn't.
anything.
He didn't.
He didn't have to deal anything.
He only moved up to get
I was
Trotter.
about to say he moved up a couple times though.
He took the trade.
He did a couple trades.
What's this nigga doing?
Yeah.
He gave him a couple draft picks. He definitely was. He was moving.
We did our thing. We did
He
our
was
thing.
moving and shaking.
Howie always working.
He did everything.
You know, all I can say is he learned from the master, bro.
Who's the master?
Andy Reid.
All right, what's our questions? What's our questions?
I'm trying to figure out why you don't like Andy Reid.
What's our questions?
Can you answer my question?
I don't like Andy Reid because he knew what was wrong and still didn't provide the right to the wrong. He knew his clock management was bad. He didn't get better.
Bro, he
knew for years.
He done went to a different team.
Yeah, so because he learned there, he learned
he
from
learned
us.
from here.
He learned from
You
Are
learn
y'all
from
ready?
your past mistakes. If those are those,
We want to talk about
us-
that. I don't want to talk about that because this is all. We're gonna be here for
No,
a
we're
while.
not. I'm just gonna
The
say
card
one
is
thing.
on the.
We're ready for the question.
A woman catches her husband in a non-sexual emotional affair. She tells him it's worse than a non-emotional sexual affair. Do you agree? Why or why not?
Well, we're gonna let the women go.
Yeah.
Because we got two women.
We
in
got
the
two
room.
young ladies here.
Right.
Andrea, how you feel about this question?
I feel the emotional affair is worse because to me, sex is just sex. That's mechanics. And when you have an emotional connection with someone, that could go a long
Absolutely.
way. That connection, that's intimacy.
Yeah.
Sex does not equal intimacy. That's mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
That's feel good.
Yep.
Then why I been getting in trouble all this time for having sex?
Because you're not supposed to be doing it.
Because you're not supposed to be
Only your
cheating.
person. That's why.
You're not supposed to be cheating, but having an emotional.
Well, they shouldn't cheat on me. And then if they don't cheat on me, I don't cheat on them.
So you petty. Tit for tat, huh? Right?
Yeah, Petty was though. I was. I'm not like that anymore. I just
Boogie, how you feel about that?
I feel the same way. An emotional connection, it is. An emotional connection is on a different level. That's the intimacy you're supposed to be giving your woman, and you giving it to somebody else.
yeah, because she ain't available. But go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
'Cause I'm gonna drop the bomb.
I will say it's a 50-50 for me.
50-50?
Yeah, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. Because I wouldn't want my lady physically in tune with another man, but I definitely don't want her emotionally available for another man as well.
So that would mean that you're not doing your job if you're.
And that's exactly what that
right.
means.
So that's all that means. So
That's
if
mean.
she's not doing her job to reach you emotionally, you're gonna
You're finding it somewhere else.
You're gonna it's non-sexual emotional. It's not sexual emotional.
Right.
And she said it's worse than non-emotional sexual. Both of them are the same.
Both of them are equally, I believe.
You're gonna get yelled at for doing both of them.
Especially if because we already know a woman leaves first emotionally.
That's how women are.
So once that's there, it's like the body's following that.
That's why y'all feel so deeply about emotions. I don't care. If I'm not available to meet you at the place where you're at, where you feel comfortable talking to me about your emotions and sharing your emotions with you, the fact that you're capable of talking to him about your emotions and you ain't giving him no pussy and you giving me pussy, I'm fine with that. Go ahead, talk to him. That's your homie? All right, what's up, homie? How you feel?
That's his job.
He ain't getting no sex. You feel me? You just pouring all your shit out on him. I'm not mad at you for that. That's one less thing I gotta
But
deal with.
that's still saying there's a disconnect in your relationship.
I believe that.
It's a
I
heavy
believe that.
disconnect.
It's not heavy because it's not sexual. Once it becomes sexual, once you are giving
To a
him,
man.
bro,
To a man.
So,
to a man
so
that we're
she
like
can,
that.
So she can pretty much. So that's pretty much saying
You do
it's
it-
okay for her to have a husband and a work husband.
you do it with your girlfriends.
It's
That
okay
happens
to
all the
have.
time.
You do it with your girlfriends.
But would you be mad if your woman had a work husband?
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say that.
Why would I be mad if she got a work husband? I got a work wife.
Are you now mad?
She's not capable of meeting me where the fuck I'm at, but she can meet me in the bedroom. She can cook. She can clean. We can pay these bills together. We good. But she can't meet me where I'm at. We can't talk. So am I wrong for staying in a relationship because she can't talk, but we build in everything else? No, she just can't talk. I can't meet her on an emotional connection.
But if she can talk to somebody else, then it's you
No,
that she can't talk
it's,
to.
it's her comfort level with me. It doesn't always have to be the person. It's how she views me. If I'm talking like a man and you got sissy boy at work that's doing everything for you, buying your food, bringing it to you, getting
That's what
you
you're supposed to
coffee.
be doing, though.
I don't work with you, so you don't see me all day. I'm talking about he's doing
So
all the
can
sissy
I
boy
challenge
shit.
you some
Go
real
ahead,
quick?
go ahead.
So like,
Please.
do you believe that your partner should be like your friend?
I believe, personally, I want my partner to be my best friend. I want my partner to be that person that I can talk to. But all women are not comfortable with talking. All women are not comfortable with this small little word called accountability. If I'm bringing something to you that's sparking my interest and I'm talking to you about it, and you put up this big ass motherfucking wall that I gotta climb up, then drop down, and then fight off all these soldiers, and then swim across a river just to say, can you take your socks off in the bed? Then I already know there's no need in me talking to you. You're gonna yell, you're gonna fuss, you're gonna scream, you're gonna holler, you're gonna run from this, and it's like, you know what? I'm not emotionally there to be dealing with all that stuff. So I talk to someone else. I talk about my issues to someone else, and she listens. And we're friends, and we drink, and we talk. And I've never ever had sex with her. I've never touched her. It's just an emotional connection because you are not available.
Women get mad at that. Y'all will get mad at that.
That's not my fault.
They
That is
get mad at that.
100% her fault.
I have something to say on that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So what about
Yes.
like if you're thinking about, say, I don't know what kind of level of relationship is this, marriage, is this we live together, whatever. But if you're living together, so what about, or if you're going to get married, what about like therapy, counseling? Because if you're going to be with somebody long term, you should be able to have a conversation with them. You shouldn't have to go outside to. You can have friends, but you shouldn't have to go outside to somebody to talk
Can you hit
about.
the bell? Can you hit the bell?
No.
I've already said these things. I've said these things countless times before. I've gone to therapy with
So that might not be your person.
Two
then.
out of my five.
That might not be your person.
2 out of my 5, I've gone to therapy with. The other 3,
That might not be your person.
right. So I can't keep saying she might not be my person. Sometimes in a relationship, you have to make a person understand that they are your person so they can start to do these things. If you love her enough, you can make her understand and let her know that I'm willing to come in here and talk about our issues. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to do the homework. I'm willing to do whatever we need to do. We get home, I'm willing to rub your feet while you talk to me. I'm willing to sit here, rub your butt, rub your thighs, rub your head, take your hair out. I'm doing all this shit that y'all women say y'all fucking want. And when I say talk to me, it's a motherfucking problem.
Woo.
Okay. So, I'm not trying to go too deep.
Yeah, go
But
deep.
let's talk about if the person you deal with has had some type of trauma, right? So what if they had relationships prior to you where they've been hurt? Or what if they didn't have a father in their life? It's all types of barriers that person may have had that they might not have dealt with.
Y'all going deep.
People
Y'all going deep right now. Hold on. Hold on. We gonna go there. Let's finish this story. We there. I like it. I like it. Let's go. Next question.
Hold on, no. Wait,
Everybody
one
that
second.
be talking about they want to talk and they accountable when they have to be accountable, they don't want to have a conversation and they get mad. So it's not always a woman that's not accountable.
No, absolutely.
I don't know what men, I don't know what all men do. I know what I do. So when I'm talking about me, I'm talking about my situation. I can't talk about what Mike might do, what Chris might do, what Derek might do. You can do that if you talk to Chris, Mike, and Derek, right? You could do that. You can say that. I can speak for me. Every time I ask someone to be accountable for something, it's always an argument right after. It's always, well, what you mean? And it's like, I'm not telling you to bend over. I'm not telling you to jump off a bridge. I'm not telling you to kill your firstborn. I'm not telling you to do any of that stuff. I'm saying, listen, we need to talk. Are you doing A, B, and C? Why aren't you doing A, B, and C? Because I'm too busy. Well, if you're too busy, then I need you to remove yourself from A, B, and C and come down here to D, E, and F. Now you're getting D, E, and F, and you're going to get D, E, and F behavior. You're going to get D, E, and F, and all that stuff. It's not fair. I want A, B, and C. Well, do A, B, and C. And if you can't do that, then you go down to D, E, and F.
It is definitely teamwork.
Right.
One hand got to wash the other.
Not one hand wash the wrist.
So I have a question for both of y'all.
Go ahead.
So do you address issues when you're in arguments or just when everything's cool? Hey, babe, this is what I need you to do. Because it's one thing when you're going back and forth versus, hey, this is on my mind, this has been bothering me. Because when you're saying things in the heat of the moment, saying, oh, I don't like when you do this, I don't like when you do that, your tone, your posture, somebody's not going to be able to hear you when you got a tude. But when you're coming with a calm posture is very important, your tone. So don't come to me with what you want to tell me, even if you're right, with a tone. Don't
No, we
come to me
can't
with
come
a
to
Next
tone.
question. Next question.
We can't come to you at all.
No, you can't. You gotta come to be correct. And and so I say the same thing for the women. Don't yell
I don't yell.
me.
I don't yell though.
If you raise your voice at me, I will not hear. So I understand what she says. I will not hear nothing you told me. It sounds just like that, and I'll just keep on working. But you're
I
absolutely
always
right.
had a problem with why does it just seems to me when we say this matters, that we negate everything that we've ever
If
been
you're not
through
spoken to
before.
correctly, bro.
Why does I'm just asking the question. Why does my tone, posture, and all that matter? If I never hit you before, it's not going to be now. If I never choked you in this type of manner, it's not going to be now. So why, if I raise my voice or I slightly raise my voice more than normally, why does that overtake the words that's coming out of my mouth?
So
The
I'm gonna give you a different perspective. So it depends. It varies from person to person. Again, it goes back to how was that person's childhood? Have they had any childhood? Was they somebody that got screamed and hollered at by their parents or by their exes? It's a case by case basis. So
Right.
it's not an every person thing. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. It's not. It just depends. You just have to be mindful of like a person's background.
And then I was gonna say also, I mean, if you don't want to be hollered at or yelled at, then why yell at at the person? So is y'all want to be okay with y'all yelling at us to get a point across to us? But then if we raise our voice a little bit, all y'all bitches, all y'all do is yell, all y'all do is fuss, all y'all do is scream. If we're trying to get our point across to you, the same way you're yelling to get your point across to us.
Right.
Gotcha.
I think we done went totally off.
Yeah. Next question. Next question is:
A man tells his significant other to be submissive. She tells him that's an outdated way of thinking. Who's right? Explain.
I'm not even having that conversation.
It depends on the type of relationship you got. If you're asking a man to be a traditional man, you have to be a traditional woman.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
If you're asking a man to be a modern day man, well, all the way. You can't have it halfway, you know what I'm saying, 50-50, 80-20. If you're asking this man to be a modern day man, I don't even know what that is, but if you asking this man to be a modern day man, you be a modern day woman. That's your response to what he's doing. But if you're asking and you saying, oh man, I want you to be traditional, I want you to pay all the bills, I want you to do this, do that, and the third, well, damn it, you better be that traditional submissive woman.
And a lot of women don't have an issue with being submissive if you're leading her.
Oh my God. This is the problem I have with this word.
What you mean?
I have the problem that I have with the word submissive and all these characteristic type of words. They are characteristics of you. Should not nobody have to be like, oh, I'm going to do this so you can do that. It should just already be in you. And that's just should be who you are.
Not if you're with someone that isn't going to hold you up or you can't trust to allow yourself to be submissive.
Then you leave him.
Did you make the
carry
choice?
the relationship.
Did you make the choice?
What you mean?
Did you choose that man?
Obviously.
I mean,
if you chose that man, that's your responsibility to now be submissive. It should not be on which Andrea said, a case-by-case situation. That should just be who you are. Your submissive level should grow depending on the person because obviously relationships get even more serious, eventually marriage. So are we practicing to stay at this level, or are we practicing to be better and grow? Because I don't want you to just be learning how to be submissive once I marry you. That would be stupid.
It's not about. Go ahead.
I'm gonna shut my mouth on this one.
Why?
'Cause
Why? No, we need you. We need you.
Let me process this one right here.
Right. For me, I agree. I don't. A man tells us beats a bitch. He tells him that's an outdated. All right. If she believes that that's an outdated way, then she needs to tell me what way she needs to be.
Agreed.
We need to have a again, it's all about conversation.
Back
it's
to
all
it.
about talking. It's all about being able to relate to people, right? And most people don't grow up and don't see a relationship working correctly.
That's true.
People grow up and they see the broken parts of a relationship and never think about why the relationship was broken in the first place. So take a child that's raised by her father, because her mother isn't, right? She's going to grow up with an aggressive personality because she was raised by the father. See, the father doesn't know how to raise his daughter. So every time his daughter falls, he tells her to get up. Every time he's like, no, you ain't no crying. Every time. So he's raising a dominant female, right? Take a boy raised by his mom. Mom does everything for him. He's sissy. Now put them both together. You feel me? The woman is in the leadership role, right? Nah, we doing it like this.
Right.
Like, okay, baby, I love you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So who's in that role to lead then? You don't want the man to lead because he wasn't taught by a man to lead. And the woman can't lead but she was taught by a man how to lead. So how is it supposed to go? It's not going to work. So when you can't see how you should be, we are the type of people that we learn by seeing something.
Absolutely.
We learn how to love. My father and my mother had a great fucking relationship, bro. As far as I knew, right? It was my father working and my mother working so they can be together and buy the house that they wanted, and they bought that shit and he died like 15 days later, bro. So I see accomplishments and how we got to work together as a team. So I always wanted to work on a team, bro. I've never wanted to do it by my motherfucking self. I'm like, yo, no. Like if I'm doing this, you doing that. If you doing this, I'm doing that. I'm working here, I'm working there. But it doesn't always work out that way because people haven't seen it. So the women that I dated up until recently were single parents raised by their mother or their father, right? And I learned, I said, all right, I'm not dealing with that. All right, I'm not dealing with that. Now it's like I had one, but it was still a broken situation because she wasn't able to see because dad was working.
Right.
So now I got two jobs. I'm always working. I remind her of her dad. You know what I'm saying? And now we going to yell and fuss and scream and holler. So it doesn't, whatever you see, that's all you can be. So if you haven't seen a man and a woman work together, it'll never work for you. So if your man comes to you and tells you he needs a submissive woman, and you tell him you can't be submissive, y'all need to break it off right there.
So I want to say this, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of slack. If I don't trust the way you move, if you move where, like, and if I don't trust the way you move, if I don't feel comfortable with how you're moving, then I can't let you lead me. And that's like spiritually all the way around. And I was raised by my father. So what you're saying is accurate.
Right.
So if I don't trust you, I'm going to buck back. Or I'm just going to be out.
Right.
Period. So what you said is true.
But people raised in broken households can still build strong relationships.
Absolutely.
In households. I'm not saying that you can't. Did I say that you couldn't? No. You saw something somewhere where you was like, all right, I'm going to add to that. I'm not going to be that type of person. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give that. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. You can add to what you see. You can say, all right, I don't like that at all. I know my man called me yesterday. He never see his dad go to work. He got a job. He got a woman. He got a wife. He never saw this. He was in the house with his mom 24/7. He saw what he wanted to be in not seeing his dad. He saw the man that he knew he didn't make it in none of his dad's football. Dad didn't make it in none of his football games. Dad didn't show up. He shows up to all his kids' stuff. You have to then say, this is the type of man I'm going to be. This is the type of woman I'm going to be in this relationship. It's not about just seeing it and being able to do it. It's about saying, all right, this is who I want to be. Mm-hmm. I saw my dad do everything. That doesn't mean I had to go out there and try to knock off and I did. You feel me? Like,
so what makes a man qualified to be a great leader? Because we're talking submissive, but
vision and purpose. Right? When a man is on his mission and he's purpose driven, you then have to come behind him and help him. Right? And women say, I'm not helping him. I'm cool. All right, well, then you shouldn't be with him.
I agree.
Right? Right then and there. Like, it's not about you don't have to do it. If you don't want to do it, let him go. And he should let you go. And he should find a woman that wants to help him. And you should be okay with that. You don't hold on to nobody for 10, 15 years and then finally leave him out there in the fucking wilderness still trying to cut down a tree to build you a log cabin and you want a house made out of cement. Doesn't make sense. So it's you can either have it or you cannot have it. And if you say you don't want a man that wants a submissive woman, then you don't get a man that needs a submissive woman. Every man don't need a submissive woman. Some men like to argue and fight. Some men like to be led. Some men don't mind a woman that can do 50-50. Oh, you can do 50-50? We can kick it. We can hang out. We can do what we want to do, right? But you got to learn how to grow inside of that, right? You can't stay the same person.
Absolutely, because eventually that will change. Even that. Even being 50-50 will change because something going to happen to somebody.
Absolutely.
Somebody going to fall ill. Something's going to happen to somebody. So, again, if this woman, like you said, can't be submissive to that man who requires that, and that's his boundary, guess what? Be quick. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Let her down easily. Let her down easily, because she's not the woman. I believe a lot of us have a hard time letting somebody go who really ain't for you. Shouldn't be hard.
It's not always easy to let somebody go once you realize you've been in it for a while. They didn't show you in the beginning that they weren't for you. They've grown into not being for you.
Right.
Because you've grown, you have new needs. That's what happens. Who that?
Have new needs.
You change. You get new needs all the time, right? So it's people change, people evolve. New things come up, and once you realize, oh, you ain't my person no more. From that time, you don't have to force them, right? Yeah, I need you to do this, and they say no. All right, well, there's no need for us to be together anymore. You can't fix everybody, bro. So you gotta let go. You definitely gotta let go.
That is true.
Oh, Boogie, what's the next one? Last and final one. Oh man, y'all going in.
Is it appropriate for your best friend and your significant other to routinely text each other about things that don't include you?
Hell no.
No, it's not.
I don't want to be friends with none of my girlfriends' best friends. I mean, we can text birthday surprises. You feel me? Like shit like that. That's the only time we should be talking. Other than that, there's no reason for me to talk to you.
None whatsoever.
Throwing her a surprise birthday party, that's the only reason we should be talking. Other than that, there's no reason for me to talk to you.
Or getting a ring size.
Not even getting a ring size. I'm gonna take her to the jewelry store. Try that motherfucker on. Get it. All right, she can fit it. We out. Like,
nah, I ain't.
That's too.
What?
Nah,
You want to be surprised in marriage? No, I'm just saying, like a man take you to a ring store and you try the ring on, and you say, all right, let me get that joint, and he buy it, and then walk out the store and go to a good restaurant, and I say, will you marry me?
No.
That's wrong?
Yes.
How is that wrong?
Yes.
That's the problem.
That's
pageantry.
But how is it wrong?
I need to get down on my knee and
because I want you to surprise me. Like, surprise me with the ring.
Are you surprised at the fact that I'm asking you to marry me? Or are you surprised at the fact that you're getting married? Or are you surprised at the fact that somebody's fell in love with you? What are you surprised at? You know the nigga love you.
You did not wake up that day knowing you were going to get proposed to.
So it's
But
So
don't
it's a
take me to
surprise.
the store and say, hey, yeah, pick
I
out
need
that
to
ring
find
right
your.
there.
I need to find your ring size. Pick out which ring you like, baby. Which ring in this store do you like?
Why don't we go to the store around my birthday and get me a ring for my birthday?
I
and
got
then
the
you can
money
find
now,
mine.
and you know how I spend money. You know, if I don't spend this one with you, over there, I'm going over to this casino. You feel me? And about half of it's going to be gone. So I love you. Pick your ring out, and we can go eat. And
I don't know how I feel about that.
I can
Yeah,
get some tail
and
over there.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I love you. We about to spend the rest of our life together. We gonna have more surprises, more. I don't like the pageantry of buying this ring, taking this ring, going somewhere, putting the ring in some food. They lose my ring. Putting the ring in the drink. You swallow the ring.
You don't have to do that.
I'm just saying, like you want this surprise. So now you're leading him up to having to be. And he takes you out, and you know exactly why he's taking you out. Oh, where we going?
If we go on date, if we have date night, like we talked about the one show, we was talking about having date night and stuff. Maybe it's one of our date nights.
No, it's not.
We go into a restaurant.
I'm not picking out my ring. I've been married and
I'm
I
not-
ain't picked out my ring the first time. So I was married before. I'm not.
That's what I'm
picking
saying.
out-
I
I'm
don't
not
wanna pick
picking
out my ring.
So that's a deal breaker for him to take you to.
Yeah, you,
So you're not gonna marry him at all.
So what if he gets you an ugly ring?
He should already know what I like.
You could have swerved that by just
He
picking
should
the
already
ring
know
up.
what I like.
It's not.
It's
about,
not a.
See,
It's
everybody-
kind of hard to say. Because every style of ring is different, and every ring that means something. I'm not getting.
If you are with me, you have studied me. You know what I like.
That's what I'm saying. You're not
Study-
marrying me after a
Okay,
month.
but we've never been married. We've never been engaged. Those rings are different from just a regular everyday ring that you're wearing. So I'm not going to be Joe and say like, "Hey, let's go to the mall and see what type of wedding engagement rings
As
you
I
like."
stated, any man that wants to marry me again, he has studied me.
That's what
He
I'm
will
saying.
know what
Yep.
kind of stuff I like, and he will
I
know
feel-
what kind of ring
Yep.
I would want.
So you want a man that's fully involved and
Absolutely.
and fully attentive.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't take a man that's fully involved in his purpose and his vision.
Yes, but I want both.
Right.
I can have both. I
You
can
can
have both.
you think having both is feasible?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I want to know where this man is. When you find him, let me know. Bring him back to the show. Being purpose driven, having a vision, right, and being purpose driven is hard today. That's why most black men would rather just sell cocaine and make money, sell their penis and make money, sell T-shirts and make money. They don't want to rely on the long
Get on his
the
ass.
long
Whole
dream.
nother conversation.
Because
just
I'm about
saying.
to go
It's a
in.
whole
Right.
nother conversation because it's like I'm supposed to just take just anything.
No,
like,
not take anything.
Okay.
Not take anything. That's not what I'm telling you
Okay.
to take. But
I'm
I am.
listening.
But I
Got
am.
my ears.
I am telling you that when you find a man that is purpose driven, when you find a man that has vision, it will require you to assist him.
Absolutely.
I don't mind
And
assisting.
sometimes assisting is planting ideas in his head.
Absolutely.
I don't
feel
mind
me?
it.
Because he doesn't have the time. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
understand that.
To sit here and analyze your every life
I
you
didn't
had.
say analyze
Saying,
everything.
now I'm not saying he's not going to know what kind of ice cream you like, because that's just. I'm out with you and you always order this butter pecan ice cream. So I know you like butter pecan. That's not saying he doesn't know what color you like, because you always got on pink. So I know I can buy you something pink. Oh, you in the fraternity? Oh, you in the sorority? I can buy you. Oh, I can buy you something pink. I can buy you something green. I know you'll like that shit.
But this is the thing. The things that I require, the things that I want, I'm going to give in return. So it's like if I require to like someone to study me and know what I like, I'm going to give that same energy back. It's not going to be one-sided. So that's the thing you're not getting.
Right, so you're training him. So if he doesn't do it from the beginning, are you still going to do it?
What, train him?
No, I'm just saying, are you still going to be attentive and show him what you like?
That's the only way. So my thing is, the only way he's going to
There's
know
a
what
time limit on that. That sounds like it's a time limit. I'm just
No,
saying.
that nigga ain't worried about me. I ain't worried about him. And I get it.
So-
I understand it.
So the thing is with that, and with a man that's purpose driven or is focused on his dream, if I love him, I have to be attentive to his dream.
But that mean you broke,
So-
Umpa. You ain't got no money. That's why you talking about heaven.
So being
Whatever happened to heaven being the goal? Nigga, you ain't got no money. That's
That
why you
goal,
talking
hush.
about. Listen, and that's what women will say. Am I lying? That nigga broke. Right? Come on, sisters on here. You feel me? Where my AKs at? That nigga broke. That's the first thing they gonna say. It's like, damn, you just going.
You just want to go straight to heaven.
He going.
He don't want to be on earth at all.
At all. He worried about heaven.
Listen,
That nigga
man.
broke.
We have a great guest with us today, man.
we do.
I put a post out there last week, and she was one of the few that responded. Miss Andrea Brown, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. She ready. She on go. So we're gonna
jumping in.
we're gonna start with her topic. Ladies first. We are proud gentlemen here, so we're gonna let her topic. What was your topic?
Unhealed trauma and how it affects relationships.
Unhealed trauma and how it affects relationships.
Ooh, that's hard.
Trauma comes in all forms of ways. All forms, you can get it till the day you die. My question to you would be this, right? How can one start the journey of healing from trauma? What would you say?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
Unload it then, baby.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, one thing I would say, counseling. Therapy is really, really important. Journaling and just being able to see like, hey, I need to really get some help.
Okay.
I really need to work on me. That is important because if you don't heal trauma, you will not have healthy relationships. You will bleed on people that you shouldn't bleed on. Mm-hmm. You will not have healthy relationships. So it starts with really going to counseling,
Okay.
self-help books, just doing things to kind of like work on yourself.
Okay. So you would be one to say accountability is important for healing, right?
Yes.
All right. So if accountability is important, but you have a man that says, you know what, I grew up in a household where what happens in this house stays in this house. Like a lot of us was trained and brought up believing. How do you tap into? I'm saying men because men we have to regain we're the leaders of the household, so it starts with us. So I'm saying that how do you tap into that man to be like, yo, you hurting, you need it. This is what I suggest you do. How do you guide him to therapy? How do you guide him to this process called healing? How do you do that?
So this is the thing, and this is going to be a real uncomfortable thing to say. We got to start breaking generational curses, meaning like
Agreed.
that whole what goes on in this house stays in this house.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to counseling, you crazy. Because in the Black community, a lot of people say, oh, if you go to therapy, something wrong with you. Let's start
Stereotypes
there.
of it already.
Like breaking those stigmas is so important to just stop with the stigmas. And the thing is, it's a lot of men out here that's really, really are emotionally broken and, they really, really damaged and just like, they don't have a safe space to talk.
Agreed.
And like,
And if they do talk, they seem as sassy if they talking to the girls.
Exactly. So again, it starts with us as women being a safe space. Being a safe space.
Okay.
It starts with us.
Can I get
being
the
a safe
bell on
space.
that?
Because that's a part of nurturing, right? Wouldn't you say
Absolutely.
that nurturing quality and characteristic should never leave a woman.
Every woman ain't a mother like every man ain't a father.
Absolutely.
Right.
Being a safe space and just encouraging, whether it's a spouse, a dad, an uncle, a brother, any like male figure that really like you see them hurting, just encouraging them, saying it's okay to seek wise counsel and therapy, like because it's like everybody has emotions, like And it's sad, so many people that could be a lot better and more emotionally healthy if they would just seek help.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Seek now. Go to the seeking help. We're talking about professional help because a lot of people believe, again, in our culture, in our community, that if I go talk to my mom or I talk to my sister or if I talk to my aunt or cousin, and they, you know, what I'm saying, they quote unquote back me up, then this is helpful. This is me letting it go or releasing it. But I want to flip that and be like, if no one challenges you to accountability, I don't think they're helping you for progression.
That is very true. But sometimes it does start with going to speak your truth to people, to your family. Sometimes it starts at the root with your family.
Right.
It starts there sometimes. And then you go further. Sometimes you have to speak your truth. Sometimes you might be holding something against a family member.
Okay.
That you got to get off your chest. And you're like, man, I ain't gonna get peace until I had this conversation with this person.
Right.
And then once I have this conversation with this person, I'll move on to the next step.
So now my question would be this, right? Because you told me you're a counselor.
Mm-hmm. I'm a school counselor.
School
You're a
counselor.
school counselor?
You
What
deal
grade?
with kids.
I work in high school.
So you deal with some young adults who probably got some real, I'm not gonna say the younger ones don't, but they're walking into real life issues. And soon will be embarking in the real life on their own.
What school you work at?
I'm at Bartram, Southwest Philly.
She popular.
What would you say at that time is some of those traumas that these either young ones are dealing with right now? Like,
Why nobody ain't ringing the bell?
what happened? What's going on? Like,
Oh, I can name a lot.
yeah.
So what I come across a lot is teens that really don't feel like they can talk to their parents, or the fact that they feel unsupported, or they feel like they can't be their true selves. Okay. They live one way in a community and in school, then they live another way at home. And that's torment.
It is.
When you can't be your true authentic self.
Right.
And I really encourage everybody, no matter what your truth is, live in it. And everybody can't walk in their truth. If you can't walk in your truth and be yourself,
It ain't your truth.
it ain't your truth.
It's
And-
somebody else's.
Absolutely.
Take it off.
Absolutely.
Boy.
It's a lot of people walking this earth that's wearing masks. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So
They wearing more than masks. They got a whole costume on. It's not a mask. It's a whole costume. It's their hands, their feet. It's all the way down. But that's what happens when you don't see what you want to be. Right? If you can't see it, you can't be it. If
That's
you don't
very
see it,
true.
and you trying to figure out why you don't fit. Why I sold drugs in the city because that's what I saw. I did a lot of things to people because that's what I saw. But that ain't who I wanted to be. Right? I wanted to be who I am today, but I couldn't be it because I didn't see it. Right?
But you
It
know
wasn't
what?
in my face.
But you know what I always say? You can't heal what you don't reveal. You cannot heal what you don't reveal. And a lot of people are uncomfortable with vulnerability and going through that deep rooted stuff. Like,
Damn.
yeah,
that
but
stuff.
those are things that are not taught in our households. Like, we're not, because those vulnerable spaces leave you wide open for
what?
For hurt.
Where?
Especially when you're told, "Yo, man up." You're not left to express emotions because that's a space of vulnerability. You're open. You're susceptible to be in more pain, in more hurt. So how do we deal with that? How do we, I guess, navigate that now in 2024? How do we do that? Us with children, even today.
So I'm gonna say something that's unpopular. We don't pick the parents that we have. We don't pick the
we
family
don't.
members that we have. However, once you become of a certain age, you are responsible for your own healing. Whatever you went through, whatever traumas you've been through, whatever somebody's done to you, you choose to carry that pain. If you choose to carry that pain, you can heal if you want, but you have to do the work to heal.
Agreed.
So that's the thing. So you can't say, "Oh, my mama did this. Oh, this person did that.
This girlfriend
this
did
person, this man hurt me. This girl hurt me." Okay, they hurt you, but you got to move on. Life goes on. The sweetest revenge is living a happy life and healing. So it's like, what do? Like, you can't blame everybody for your pain. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Ring the bell.
I'm trying to figure out why the person telling me to ring the bell handed me the bell.
I'm ring it.
Right there.
Thank you. Yo.
Because what? Go ahead.
Because that's the first thing all these women and all this, like, yo, heal.
Niggas get tired.
Like,
Just like
heal.
it's like a
That's
woman.
because you're picking the same women.
Because you wanna now you can't say I'm picking the same woman if a person won't allow you to heal. You telling somebody to heal, you gotta give motherfuckers space to heal. You can't be all up on him talking about and expect him to heal. He ain't gonna heal while he with you. He's not worried about that. But as soon as you leave, the wound open back up. So you got to give people space, bro. If you trying to court somebody and they telling you they dealing with something and you feel so they should heal, get that nigga space. Get that female space. You feel me? Because I know, because you press up on a female and you try to give her everything she need to heal and she don't accept it, she going to be mad at you.
So why y'all can't heal together?
No, you can't, because you didn't say what your hurt was, right? If he's telling you, like, female this, female that, female this, he needs to heal. He needs to have some time by himself, at least 6 months. By himself, without fucking nothing, without running through nothing. He needs to understand what he needs to do for himself. He needs to do self-inventory, and we don't do that.
Can I say something about that? A lot of people, when they are hurting and they get out of relationships, they run and get into something else. They don't take the time to really get to work on themselves. They just jump into things just to ease the pain.
I don't want to be
jump
lonely.
under somebody. Just
Best way to
ease
get
the
over a
pain.
nigga is to get under
And
one.
that is the worst
That's
thing
not
you
true.
can do. That's the worst thing you could do.
I've heard that.
But that's not.
I've heard that through so many females. The best way to get over a nigga is to get under one. Guess what? That's the best way for you to get caught under a nigga and get ran the fuck over. You feel me? Like, literally. And now you mad because he used you and tossed you to the side like a used.
Having that mentality isn't good.
What?
But having the mentality of the way you get over one is to get under another one. You don't really get over that other person. Like, that's not a good way of trying to get over somebody.
Yeah, you have to leave. You have to allow someone to get over their hurt. If you have hurt from your last situation, please don't look to get into another situation. I'm not telling you to be a virgin. I'm not telling you not to have people, but at least explain it. Listen, I'm not really looking for a permanent thing. We can have fun. We can probably go out every now and then. You feel me? But until I heal, until I'm able to look in my cabinet and say I have accountability, I have personal and I have vision, I have all the things that I need for me to be a man and for me to accept you underneath of that stuff. It's space in there for you to put stuff in there. Until I have that, I can't really be the person that you want me to be. That's an honest fucking question, bro. That's an honest answer. If a woman can't accept that and she want to jump up on top of you all the damn time, bro, you need to chill. And if a man can't accept it, same thing, right? Shouldn't nobody be forced into a relationship they don't really want to be in, and especially if you're just getting out of one. Find time to heal.
Another thing, be okay with being uncomfortable in that uncomfortable space.
Or-
Some people just don't know how to maneuver that uncomfortability. It's just like,
Everything gotta be right for some
yeah,
people.
and that's not how you heal.
And life is not gonna. That's not the way things gonna be pitched to you. Everything is not gonna be right. Everything is not gonna be perfect. Everything ain't gonna be a sunny day. There
Absolutely.
will be some storms.
Take some disappointments. How do you?
Some people can't maneuver in that though. Some people can't stay calm when the boat is rocking.
How do you know you really love somebody, Mike?
I know I really love someone by how I attend to them and how that they come first before me. In what I do, what I'm thinking, I know that. I care about you to the level of asking you or putting you first before or involving you in any decisions that I make.
Right. I believe you learn by forgiveness, because that's how you learn that God loves you. Right. That's and if that's our mission, to be in His image and to live like He would have lived on this earth, it would be to forgive.
A great deal.
Someone can do something to you and you forgive them for it, but they have to have full like accountability. They have to be like, yo, I fucked up, like, and I'm not gonna do that no more. All right, you can't come back and do the same thing. We got to start over from the beginning. Right. But if you're able to make it through this joint and no problems, we'll be good. Don't come back into this motherfucker and wreck my room again, right? So that's how I know that someone loves me or I love someone if I'm able to forgive them for what they did. Because we're not married. Now, once we're married and you do it, it's definitely all bets off. Right?
I want to add something.
Go ahead.
Forgiveness. You can forgive somebody, but there are certain offenses. It's like, I can forgive you, but you have crossed that line and you no longer have access to me. Because you can forgive someone. It's people that I forgive and I love them and I pray for them every day. Have no hate in my heart, but I will never speak to them again, ever. And I'm telling you, you have to draw the line in the sand on some things. And boundaries are important. They are important. Some people, we get hurt sometimes because we have poor boundaries.
So what is the boundary that you have? Your man is not allowed to do this.
Let me ask you this, right? Because true definition of forgiveness, one of them, I will believe is changed behavior. And that's on both sides. I need to see that you've changed because I know I've changed. I've accepted the forgiveness and all that. So how you can say that you just said, I'll pray for them, I love them, and all these things, but you won't talk to them?
No.
So I'm going to say this. Sometimes people's time in your life, you move in different directions.
I don't disagree, man. I agree.
It's like when you did this, I forgive you, but I'm moving over here.
Okay.
So see you later. Still love you. I pray for you. I wish you well. Bye.
I guess I'm just saying if I'm not even forgiveness to me, like bro said, would be if Judas was to come before God again. Would God say to Judas, hey, you did this. I know you did this. Stay over there. Or would he be like, okay, come in for the kiss? See, I believe we as people, we want to forgive to the level that only we want to. Forgiveness is not, oh, I forgive what you've done, right? I forgive what you've done, but I'm still going to hold a grudge because here's the thing about it. You can't forgive and hold grudge. You can't forgive and say, you know what, I'm not going to cash the sin that you forgive, that I've forgiven you for as far as the east is from the west, and say, oh, I'm not going to speak to you when I see you.
It's not, okay, so I'm going to challenge you this. It goes to me, I'm going to speak on me.
Right.
When it comes to me, it's about like my mental health. It's about, have you took me through hell? Have you been the cause of my tears? Have you been the person that kept me up all night? Have you dragged me through the mud? If you have taken me through hell, I have the right to cut you off.
You do
Whether
have that
you
right.
blood, I don't give a.
You have that right.
I will cut you off. I don't care who you are.
Right. You have that right.
And the thing is, forgiving somebody for the same behavior over and over and over again, what are you really teaching them?
Nothing.
You're teaching them to do it again.
Nothing.
Because now you're accepting what they're doing to you. So, okay, you pinch me, I forgive you. You say you're sorry, I forgive you. You pinch me again in a different spot.
No, you
say,
pinch me again, I'm going to smack the shit out
you. You say, I'm sorry, and then I forgive you again.
Okay.
I can't get mad at you if you pinch me again and I forgave you, because that person looking at me like, well, you forgave me all the other times.
Exactly.
Why you won't forgive me again?
Exactly.
So again, what I'm saying is solely this. With your scenario, all you have to do is create your boundary. Your boundary might be, oh, I need to move. Because the person who's pinching you will always be the pincher. I can't sit up there and say, I'm going to stay here, because, again, we have choices. You chose. We forget that. You chose also to stay in the proximity of a person who repeatedly pinches you. You're at fault too. But we don't want to talk about that. We just want to talk about the person. I'm saying it now. We just want to talk about the person who was pinching. No, if you pinch me once and I don't like it, here's my boundary. Let me move my seat.
I want to say something about that.
All right? So all I'm saying is to this. When we say forgive, do we really truly mean? We don't really know what that word means. Because again, if we are all here, like bro said, to be Christ-like, be Christians and walk and look and act like him, when he saw Judas in that garden.
I didn't say Christ-like, I said, but go ahead.
Right? When he saw him, guess what he already knew? He knew he betrayed him. He already knew that. Okay. So again, the pincher already pinched him. He knew.
The pincher had been pinching since
exactly.
Since he walked, right?
So all I'm saying is now, all he had to do was deny him the kiss that he kissed him up. Put upon him. He could have said, "No, I'm not letting you do that." But he forgave him already. Now that's Judas' problem. Now that's his problem. Because guess what he did? Hung himself. Because I can't now deal with the fact that I know, or God knew, or Jesus knew that I did what I did, and he still forgave me. I got to live with that. The person who committed the crime has to live with it. I'm not changing. My boundary is going to be my boundary. Guess what? If you cross it, I'm going to move a little bit further back.
But I'm saying it to the people that constantly forgive the people that are pinching them.
Why?
Why keep forgiving?
Why you keep constantly doing it?
So
that's your choice.
So for me, you pinch me once, I tell you not to do it. You pinch me again, I'm gonna pinch you back. And if you continue to pinch, we just gonna be pinching motherfuckers. That's how it works for me. And it just it equates to, if you don't like it, then stop doing it to me. That's it. That's just as simple as it goes, right? It's not about me creating a boundary and saying that you keep crossing over my boundary. I love you, so I'm not going to allow you. I'm not gonna get mad because you're crossing over, because you might not be crossing over to pinch. But if you pinch, I'm gonna pinch you back. Ow, yeah, I'm gonna pinch you hard though. I'm gonna pinch you like a man pinch. You feel me? I'm gonna grab your skin
and twist it.
I'm gonna try to break skin. You feel me? Like, why would you do that? Because I keep telling you to stop doing it. You ever see two people fighting and the couple she just playing? I'm sorry, I did not mean that. And they just playing, and then he just hit her real, and he's like, "Why'd you hit me so?" Because I told you to stop playing with me, bro. Same thing for women. Women feel some type way. You feel me? They hit, like, stop. You got to give them a reaction. Your reaction has to be known. It has to be felt. And if it's not known and it's not felt, it's just going to continue on, right? So, for me, love is forgiveness. I can forgive the person I love that I'm building with, and letting her know, like, we can't keep on doing this, right? This is going to lead us to something that's not as nice as this relationship.
It's unhealthy.
You feel me? And that's, trauma for me, because it'll happen again, and it'll be like, look, I'm trying to tell you, you're not gonna like what's on the other side of this joint. You feel me? And then it happens again. Then it's like, all right, you're all right out.
I want to say something here.
Go ahead.
What about when we're responsible for our own pain? When we keep on repeating the same cycles, we know the stove is hot, but we just
Keep on touching that joint.
We like
Yeah,
to
but
burn
then we want to
ourselves.
cry about it.
No.
We want to be mad.
Because we want sympathy.
Right. Every man wants something.
We want sympathy. Everybody wants to be, I guess, under the spotlight to the point where all attention is on you at a certain point in time. I have an aunt like that, and that bothers me. That bothers my soul. Like if your birthday ain't all the way until December, why are you mad at us having a party for somebody who's in March? You gotta wait. Your birthday, we didn't control when you got here. We had no say-so in that.
You didn't have no party for me.
So, you know what I'm saying? And then things like that. Like, how you get mad? Your birthday is December. That's Christmas. Other things are going on.
That's why we don't throw you a party, because you're not going to appreciate it.
Exactly. You've already established that. You're so worried about other people doing stuff for other people, you won't even appreciate what's done for you.
Attention seeking.
Exactly. They want that. A lot of those people want that. That's why they keep banging their head against the wall. Like, I done called the 302 people already. What you want me to do?
I'm definitely not 302 on you. You just got to go.
What do you want
What
me
if
to
your aunt
do?
is contributing to all the other people's birthdays, and then when it comes to hers, nobody show up for
I can
her?
see that if she's
So
doing
nobody's showing up for her at the end of the year, but she's showing up for everybody at the
That's what
beginning of the
happens
year.
at the end of the year. Nobody shows up for nobody that was born at the end of the year. I've never had a motherfucker show up to me the way I want motherfuckers
Exactly.
to show up to me.
Why, bro?
No, hold on. I'm not going to say I've never had. Before my 40th, I've never had. Right? So I've had people show up for my birthday, right? But it wasn't the people I wanted to show up for my birthday, right? So even in it, I was appreciative of the event, but still, it's like, damn, well, I wanted such and such to do this.
Right.
I'm 40 years old. This is my first birthday party. You feel me? Like, so if it's never happened before, how do you expect somebody to appreciate it?
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, this is what y'all do. Love is not a feeling, but love is what you do in spite of how you feel. But that's what forgiveness is. That's why I said love and forgiveness are the same thing. I've been saying that for years, bro. I don't know how much I truly love you until I have to forgive you. Because if I can't forgive you, then I don't love you as bad as I say I do.
Yeah.
I don't need you in my life if I can't forgive. Like she said, I can forgive you, but I don't want you nowhere near me. Well, you're pushing them away because it's not real love.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen, man.
It wasn't deep enough. Right. So, yeah, appreciate that one. Yeah. But
So toxic, or I don't want to say toxic. You said, did you say toxic or
I think that's your word.
trauma? You said trauma.
Damn, how you get no.
It can, toxic can lead to trauma.
True.
So you said there's a lot of ways trauma can basically be upon a person, right? Like from childhood, from teenage, like once you get to this point, like you said, what if someone they like being in that space of I just gotta accept it. This is what it is. This is my life. I don't what you talk about over there, Andrea, that's cool. That's what you did. That's what you've been through. I'm gonna do this here, but still have the expectation of, I want a healthy relationship. I want this.
It's not possible because it's going to set. This is the thing. If you don't work on yourself and you had like childhood trauma, you're going to sabotage relationships. You're not even going to realize it because it's going to seep out. You're not going to be able to have healthy relationships. I'm not just saying like romantic, platonic. You're going to be toxic as hell.
Just leak all.
So I believe
your water
this,
broke, bro.
Right? I believe this, right? If you don't teach someone new, they only know the old, right? So there must be something that comes into your life and be like, oh, that's different over there. You trained that animal this way. I trained it this way. But if you walk them both down the street, you always see this dog is like always on attack mode. Sound out, get him. He ready to go. But my dog to my right, you know what I'm saying? He's people friendly, dog friendly, and all that. So how do one get the training? Where does that start for some people to be like, you know what?
Therapy.
I feel like too, sometimes it's motivation. It's just like, for instance, like if you meet somebody that you really, really like and they're really into self-care and all that stuff, and you might not be into it. And
Right.
they might encourage you to start working on yourself. People can have influence.
Right.
That's how we can start.
But if you don't go to therapy to know how to instill it into your everyday, because that person's not going to tell you how to put it into there every day.
Absolutely.
And if you ask them why is it in there every day, they'll probably say, "Yo, I went to therapy and I understood." You
I
feel
ain't
me?
go to
Like,
therapy, I probably would have caught a case. I'm sorry.
if I ain't go to therapy, I wouldn't have a radio station. Therapy saved me, and I meet my therapist now. I'm dealing with Black Men Hill. Like you got to find different people, bro. You can't just. I think it's like stages, like the beginning stages, then the advanced stages, and the expert stage. Like it's probably more stages than that. But for me, it's going to therapy and then going to another therapist and then meeting another therapist and going to therapy with them. Right? That's like I need to talk these things through. When I talk to her tomorrow, Thursday, bro, I got to tell her that my mom passed away.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, how am I going to deal with that? That's going to be an hour of me sitting on the phone crying. And it'll be the first time where I actually sat and cried for a whole hour because I have to be strong for my children. I got to be strong for my sister. I got to be strong for my other sister. I got to be strong for my aunt. I got to be strong for my godmother. I'm the only man in the family.
Right.
Other than my son and my cousin Ian, right? But they have to learn from me. Because they're underneath of me. So, I can't. Yeah, I'm good. You feel me? Like, when I'm really not good. You feel
And
me?
that's a lot of us men, though.
Yeah.
We put that mask on like we're good, and us Black men, rather than we don't have that space.
I want to cry in
That
someone's
space
arms
is
so bad,
and
bro.
it's like
But I already know what happens after I cry in somebody's arms.
What happens?
What happens?
They feel empowered.
Wow.
by his weakness.
Right.
That is
Wow,
terrible.
that's-
I'm so sorry.
That's what we deal with.
Literally,
That is
like,
what we deal
they
with.
Feel, they
That-
feel.
that
They
is
feel.
horrible.
They
Like
feel
we can't do that.
Right. No.
That's horrible.
We can't do that because we're men.
Y'all
We
can
can't do that. We're okay.
That-
If you say we can, and we should be able to. However, those trauma touched people who haven't gotten help, those are out there more than the ones who are healing, who are in tune with their self, who are in tune with their emotions, who are like men need this space too. Right?
Absolutely.
There are more of the trauma, the unhealed than there is the healed.
Absolutely.
So
That is true.
when you're dealing with the mass majority, guess what? We got to put on a Superman cape even though we don't want to be. We when we want to be Clark Kent, damn it, we're Superman.
So why can you trust a person with everything except that one thing when they've proven to you that you can trust them with everything else?
Because everything else is not my feelings. Everything else
That
that I've trusted you with, they're not my feelings. So if I can trust you with anything, I can trust you with something that I can get back. I can't get my feelings back once I give them out, bro. You don't get a return on feelings. You can't get that shit back. You can try, but you sitting there trying to get some feelings back that you already let out. It don't come out like that. So for men, when you want to, and most men don't want to cry around another female. Most men don't want to put themselves in that position. That's not a power position. You feel me? And when we're in relationships, once we give that power up,
I'm so sorry.
that power,
That's
that power,
so
sad.
that power.
sad.
Y'all think it's sad, but it's really it's not funny. It's
That's sad.
That's
really
our
sad.
life.
Real.
That's
Sad.
what we deal
that's,
with.
but that's a scar, right?
That's
Because
what we deal with.
we really don't have an opportunity to put the cape down. I had someone tell me, mom told me, she was like, I was talking to her on the phone yesterday, and she was like, I really need you to take that cape off. And I said, if I had a safe place to put it, I would.
Wow.
But if I put it over here, when I go somewhere, when I turn to the left, it's but I was here for you, and then so it's like, yeah, I don't need you.
Do we want to see? Because we look at it like this, and I'm not saying women don't look at it with the full scope on. Men, we strategize with everything. So if that you've given us attitude over the smallest thing, and our heart and our feelings is something that is near and dear to us, you'll never get that.
I understand.
You'll never get that because you've already been tripping on this. Like, how can I give you the biggest part of me when the smallest thing that I've presented to you mishandled with attitude and with you know what I'm saying, no respect or anything like that. So we are looking at things like that, and women today, a lot of women, most women don't even realize that we're looking at that. So we can be like, you know what? I can hang my cape here, and it's safe to do so. I could be Clark Kent here. I don't have to be Superman. Now, if I need to be, that's a whole nother thing. But I don't have to be here. And the fact that that's not allowed, because you got to be a man, you got to be tough, you got to be this, you got to be that. You can't do this, you can't do that, huh? Where does it say in any life book, any spiritual book, and anything that a man has to be tough all the time?
So I want
to be tough all the time.
I want to comment on that. So I want to thank you for sharing that. And I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn from making mistakes and not being a safe person at times to do the inner work to become a safe person. And I had to learn to stop pointing the speck in other people's eyes and point the speck in my eye first and get with myself. That's the thing. Before I get with you, I got to get with myself.
Right.
So I'm sorry you've had that experience, and a lot of women, it's not all, don't want to have that conversation with self and be like, hey, I need to work on that. And then they be wondering, well, why my man don't talk to me? Why? Because of that disconnect. And it's like, I've been there. I've been in that space, so I definitely understand. But I had to learn from my own experiences. But you got to be willing to go deep and take accountability for the areas that you need to grow. That was the area that I need to grow. I know now,
right?
But it took
some soul searching. Yeah. It took some accountability.
Yeah.
It took some self-preservation, some self-inventory. It took all these things. And I commend you for that, because again, a lot of people look in the mirror, but they don't look in the mirror. Like, you got to look in the mirror and not just see the beauty, or, you know what I'm saying? There's flaws in that mirror too.
Absolutely.
There's some pimples growing in some places. There's some hair growing. Listen, what I know about us, we all got chin hair. It's just females is hard to see. So, are you going to be that one that is not scared?
Yeah, I love a bearded chick.
Not scared to be like, you know what, I got this, and I have to deal with it. I have to see not the best part of me, but there's another side of me that I need to work on.
But you have to be comfortable within your own skin to be able to own the ugly parts of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The light, because if you got light, you got dark.
Absolutely.
And everybody wants to talk about the light, but
That's
you don't
it.
want to talk about the dark.
Oh, I talk about the dark. You don't want me in my dark spot. Seriously, like I'm in light. I'm always trying to push light further, so I can walk further. Everybody say, "Why you spread positivity?" And I'm not always positive. I can't be positive 24 hours out of the day. There's going to be a few sprinklings in there where it's very dark around me, right? But if I have some positivity in my backpack, I could pull it out and say, shh, it's like a flashlight. So, I understand that. There's yin and yang. There's happy. There's sad. There's light. There's dark. But when you want to share how you feel, it's not always a good look to share it with your female counterpart or the person that is showing you that they love you, right? Because it just changes the way they view you. It may not be on purpose. It may be by accident, but me sharing how I feel and crying on your shoulders, and understand, like, losing a parent is not just a couple tears. This is snot, bro.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When I pick my head up off your shoulder, it's going to be snot on your shoulder.
Right.
That's okay.
Are you going to be like,
And that's okay.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
That's okay.
Because if I'm really your person, I probably snotted on your shoulder.
Absolutely.
I'll snot it on your chest. I'll snot it in your lap. So you have to, if you're looking at that person as that's supposed to be your person, then y'all should be able to snot in each other's lap and nothing changes.
It should be
That's
that
why
way.
I say, if you trust them with everything else, why wouldn't you trust them with that one thing?
yeah, this is just one thing you can't get back as a man. And it's not just me right now. This is almost every man in America that has not run into his person.
Wow.
Right? And there are tons of men, because listen, I was watching when Kenny and Gio was talking to that young lady, and she said, "Oh, it ain't my fault you wasn't selective."
Wow.
Right? And she was being real. She was like, "Why would I?" And she like, I'm bisexual. Why would I go after a female that's driving a Bentley and is wearing a Chanel bag knowing I can't afford them? You feel me? Like, why am I going to waste her time? I'm going to go after what I could afford. And Gio said something, and she's like, look, listen, you're either going to be selective with your penis or you're not going to be. You're going to be picking up different females and have a whole slew of different females. Like, if you don't like a female that's fat, then don't date fat females. If you don't like a female that's dark-skinned, then don't date dark-skinned females. Like, be selective in what you're doing, right? Because then you put a price on you.
Right.
I'm not going to mess with this type of female. I'm not going to do this with that type of female. Now, if you don't give a rat's ass, you just flirting anything.
You know, this conversation reminds me of, like, a couple of weeks I was out at the cigar lounge, and this young man came up to me. He was a former alumni at the school I work at, and was just like, I wish more men had safe people like you to talk to. And I was just like, wow, like, I'm just being myself. Like,
Not if you're safe.
like, it was like the biggest compliment, because it was just like, people just naturally gravitate towards me. I don't know why, but
No, you know why. You know why. I mean, you have to know why.
Dante, do you know why? Nah, I'm not going to say that.
Because it is evident that you are a person of
Absolutely.
no judgment.
Dante.
No judgment.
Right. If you can't be vulnerable with your partner, they aren't the right one.
It's not an option for us to take that cape off even when we are grieving.
It's not. There's no way I'm taking it off. I'll snot in that before I snot on somebody's shoulder. I'll snot all in my cape.
well, no judgment.
Right.
No judgment.
It's tough. So,
Sad.
my topic today was real. It was open ended.
Okay.
It was.
It's always open.
It's always open ended. But my thing was, what's going on in 2024? What is the problem?
That is going on.
That's
bro.
the problem.
It ain't safe. It ain't safe.
It ain't safe out
It
here.
ain't safe, bro.
It ain't safe for us or y'all. It's not safe. How can we make it safe though?
But guess what? The safe people don't want each other.
The safe people don't want each other?
No, the safe people don't want each other.
What that mean?
That means the safe people don't want each other. The safe people, they know they safe. If I'm sitting here saying this, saying that, and you saying it can happen, you know who's safe. But we don't want each other.
So they being selective then?
No, they're being beyond selective. They want to change people. People want to be able to change people, and that's not a possible. I've learned through my illustrious career of being a helper and a changer that I can't change you if you don't want to change.
Absolutely.
I can't make you understand why you should change if you don't want to change. And I can't sit here and waste another motherfucking minute trying to get you to understand why we should communicate correctly. If you don't get that, that's fine. You're perfect just the way you are. Let somebody else deal with you. I have to find space, get space, and figure out who the fuck I am. Especially now, it's like, damn. But that's the problem, right? People want to change people. People date people they know, man, she got red flags. I'm going to change them. You're not changing them flags no greener than they are right now. And they're nowhere near green, bro. They're red. It's very hard to change a red flag green. If she has a red flag in your book, then it's not somebody you should be dating. I don't care how good everything else is. So that's why don't nobody want nobody that they really want. Does that make sense? Don't nobody want nobody that they should really want.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Most people want a project and not their equal. Nobody. I don't want you, because if you're my equal, that means you can stand up to me. That's exactly what it means. If you're my equal, you can stand up to me. You're not going to listen to me. You're not going to want to do what no, let's do this. Let's go here. Nah, for real. For real. I think my first dates are going to be to the therapist. We're going to sit in there. We're going to talk. And we're going to talk to this therapist. And what was your childhood like? You feel me? Because we can't have those conversations in a bar. We get a little drunk, you feel me? And I get to saying the right things. And you looking at me and you like, oh, yeah. You going back? Yeah, come on. Not everyone wants a safe person. We can't help a safe person for everyone.
It's bad out here, man.
Yeah, it is. Bad. It is. And I think
for all of us though. And
then it's bad because of the music we listen to. Hands on your knees. You feel me, everybody?
I like that song though.
I know you're AKA, right? So everybody want to be. But it's about respect though. Don't be out here putting your hands on your knees in front of nobody that is going to slide up behind you. You feel me?
And you never know who that would be.
Right. Nigga, put your hands on your knees, and nigga put his hands on your chest, then it's a problem, right? So, it's
you gotta look. You gotta be selective. Now,
I just say
I don't now the therapy, that might be a little.
No, I'm saying not a real not a real.
But we're gonna have these conversations. I'm thinking my first date going to be Starbucks. I don't even drink coffee, so I just want to talk.
Oh, we can go anywhere else but Starbucks.
Why not Starbucks?
Why not Starbucks?
I don't like Starbucks. I don't know.
You ever been inside Starbucks?
Yeah, I've been inside the Starbucks.
It's a nice vibe in Starbucks.
I don't care.
What about a nature walk?
That's cool.
I mean, that's
I just don't like Starbucks, bro. I think after
they got free Wi-Fi.
I think after they showed us that they didn't give rats ass about.
Oh well, yeah.
I'm not going to no Starbucks, but I do. I like their green tea.
So you purchase from there.
That's crazy.
You support them.
That's crazy. I was for a while there. Then I said, "Ain't y'all racist?" I actually went in there and asked them that. The lady said, "Huh?" I said, "Oh."
She heard you.
She heard you. I said, "Oh, I don't want anything." I walked out.
Oh man, but yeah, the conversation. Is there like too harsh of conversations too early though?
What's too harsh?
Like, how was your childhood? Like,
I think those conversations need to be had, man.
Your mom and dad. Like, did your dad cheat on your mom? Like, what happened? Like, why? Like, what's going on? Ask real questions, man. has the best ice water. This bull is crazy. But if you're not asking those questions, bro, you're not looking for a real relationship.
Right.
You're looking for time fillers, people that can fill a certain gap in your life, right? When you get with your chick and you ask her a question and she looks at you like, I ain't answering that question. Oh, right, you're not looking for a husband.
Think about how many people wouldn't have had kids with certain people, laid down with certain people if they would have had those certain conversations. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I think I started to have those conversations. Like, it was like, oh yeah, I don't want any kids and I'm married and, you know, I'm looking for a wife and I want somebody I can share time with and all that good stuff. And females heard that shit and then they was like, hand on your knees. You feel me? And I was like, don't stop, right? And then, you know, I'm not good at withdrawing.
You out of pocket.
I'm not. I'll deposit. You feel me? And you know, it gets. So at what point of the relationship do you ask those probing questions? You ask those probing questions in the beginning. I need to know all this shit in the beginning. I got a whole questionnaire I need you to fill out before we can go out on a date. Nigga, you tripping? Well, then I'm tripping then. If you don't understand why I gotta be selective and I gotta know who the hell you is for real, you feel me? Instead of sitting here and knowing and you saying all this stuff and his hands up, and then she want to get a twat up so fast, like, oh my God, you're so nice. Yeah, I know. I want to go back. No, what? And it's over.
It's
now we in a relationship.
And neither one of us want to be in there.
Neither one of us really want to be in one.
I think people need to take their time.
No, niggas don't do that. Females don't do that, especially if they ain't had that in a while. You got this nice, handsome man in front of you, and you like, damn, I need to see what he got. What's that?
Rushing into stuff leads to disaster.
Yeah, I believe it does. But you know, people don't really think about none of that stuff. Right?
We never think about the consequences, the negative consequences.
Why?
We not
Why don't
thinking
we?
about that.
Why don't we?
We having fun right now.
Exactly. The little head is thinking for the big
absolutely.
head. That's crazy. That's how you gotta learn to control yourself. I'm talking to me. I'm not talking about nobody else out there. I'm talking to me. You gotta learn to control yourself. So if she gives it up fast, is that a deciding factor for a deal breaker? No. If we answer all the questions at the
questionnaire
at the interview,
you gonna ask?
and she want to give it up, that's cool because I need to know it's good too. I don't want to be in a relationship with nobody with no sour twat. She answered all the questions the way I need them to be answered, and it's not about the answer; it's the way she answers them. It's the conversation. It's the tone in her. You could tell how somebody feels by writing. Like, oh, you was mad when you.
Yeah, you got some aggression.
You was mad when you wrote that. Why?
Yeah.
Why were you mad when was it the question or was it how the question made you feel? You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask all them questions. You feel me? That's what it is. It's not a date. It's an interview, bro. Like, you know, you're filling a position.
All first date.
Both of us should be interviewing each other.
It should be.
What the fuck is wrong with that? Like what was your father like?
Because you know why something's wrong with that? Because a lot of women don't like competition.
No, they don't. They just like fun.
They don't like competition.
Hand on your knees.
They don't want it to be like,
song, Hand on your knees?
hey man, it's another person coming here after you. So they want to tell you all the right things or everything you want to hear.
No, women are
lying.
Women are the main ones. Said you can date as many people as you want at one time.
This is what I will say. I think competition is not a bad thing, but you have to be comfortable in your skin and be in your little bubble. You have your own little lane. If you are confident within yourself, it's like have your whoever do you. That's how I feel.
More women should feel that way.
You're going to show up to this interview. Now, we can do the interview wherever you want. We can do it at the bar. We can do it at the cigar lounge. We can do it at Boscov's. We could do it at, we can walk through and you want to look at old lady panties. We can walk through. We could do anything. We do it on a nature walk.
I've marched to the beat of my own drum for like all my life. So
yeah. I need to know who you are. Like, I need to know, you got any kids? What's up with your baby dads? Like, how they feel? Like, no kids? Okay, why not? How old are you? Like, what's wrong? Like, who you waiting for? You waiting for the perfect man? Like, ain't nobody perfect. So, there is no, and there's another thing. There is no such thing as a perfect relationship.
So, speaking of that, why do people think like if you didn't have kids by a certain age, something's wrong?
Not something's wrong with you. Just, you're
Yes,
looking.
they do.
You're looking. No, you're looking for.
I don't have kids.
because you're looking for someone to, I don't know, fulfill your purpose. I guess like I can't. I would have to.
A lot of men
have
would
a
think that you have
conversation. You know what I
bad
mean?
sex.
Bad sex.
Yeah, a lot of men would
Sour
think,
twat?
Yeah, a lot of men would think
Damn.
that.
Wow.
That's what a lot of men would think.
I wouldn't think that. I would just think she's selective.
I mean, she
She said she was married, so
married.
you know, like she's selective. And
maybe didn't want any. I mean, that's your choice too. I don't want to have no kids. So,
I don't know.
but a lot of men, immature men, would think, yeah,
Interesting.
her sex might be bad. I want to stay away from her.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. So she goes,
Because a lot of because the flip side of that is this. The flip side is that if a woman has a lot of kids, guess what? They think her sex is good.
and that's not true.
Hell no.
That thing is bust wide open. Now, I wouldn't think she had bad sex. Maybe her ex-husband pull-out game is A1.
Oh my God.
Or maybe he was impotent.
Yeah, it's
Incomplete.
His shooters was low. No, it's a lot, but a lot of immature men gonna think, yeah, her sex is bad. So
I don't got that. I don't got nobody. I don't.
Why?
I've never thought that about a female that don't have.
I
no
did.
kids.
I ain't even gonna sit up here and lie to you.
Thank you for your honesty.
Listen, I've sat up here. In my life, I thought the more kids a woman had, man, that joint got to be awesome. Niggas buzzing in that joint ain't leaving it.
Oh God.
What if
I
she
really
just
thought
can't
that.
have kids?
Huh?
What if she just can't
I
have
mean, that's a
kids?
medical thing. Now, I don't know that, but I'm saying from the outside looking in, yeah, I'm not going to sit
So
up here
what
and
if
lie
you
to
said
you.
that to her and then she just can't have kids?
I'm sorry.
And
that
you offended her.
I apologize, but that's what I look.
You
That's
get
what
up
I
in
see.
that joint and find out that joint is A1. And you like, damn. And she like, no, I value myself.
By the
So-
way, I took preventative measures to
right.
not have children.
That's it.
Like, so I have
There's
my,
a lot of different ways.
I have my
but I'm saying,
IUD. I'm not worried about
Right,
what you
there's
do.
a lot of-
And that's good because then you
used
don't
to-
end up being stuck with a nut.
yeah, literally.
That you don't end up being stuck with a
So
nut.
because you're equating bad twat to a chick that is protecting herself, right, and ain't leaving it up to a nigga. Oh,
Right.
nigga, you can go. Oh yeah, we dealing with each other. Oh, I don't gotta worry about no protection. I got my IUD and I'm good. I ain't never gonna get pregnant. But then at the same breath, you looking at females that don't have that same precaution.
Right.
Got a whole bunch of kids thinking the pussy's good.
That joint
You
awesome.
backwards.
But that's what we thinking about.
Oh, no, not me.
Because listen,
Not me.
All right, well, it's more. It's a lot of dudes that was thinking that like me at that time.
Check this out.
I'm sitting up here thinking, if this nigga, if you got 3, 4, 5 kids, niggas got comfortable sitting in that.
Or maybe they just got comfortable sitting in her house.
Well, that
Maybe
too.
she's just really fertile.
That
Or
listen.
or she could be just
All
fertile.
I'm saying is,
I don't have kids with none of my children's mothers are women that had kids before. Only one had one child before me. So I don't. I'm not out there looking for women that have a whole bunch of kids. You feel me? Like so, and even if I did meet a woman that had a bunch of kids, it wouldn't be a problem for me because I don't mind going into a house and demanding some respect from all of them.
agreed.
Boom! Kick the door.
But I'm just saying, from looking at that, if I'm walking down the street or I'm in the car or anything like that, and I see a chick, and she come to Target and she got a minivan and she got a 5-piece come behind her, that pussy is good.
You got that work.
She good.
You get up in there and you
In
can't
that
even
joint,
find the walls.
there's nothing what
in
I
there.
expected.
There's nothing in there. You
And
stick
then
your
I
whole
see,
arm in there.
then I see a single woman or whatever, woman by herself coming in the same Target. I'm like,
She got phony sex.
shit, her shit must be bad.
Yo, you are tripping.
And then you go and fall in hers too.
I mean, same thing. Listen, I'm just telling you, it can definitely be a possibility. I'm just
Gonna fall in there,
saying,
too.
my perspective from the outside looking in is that. Used to be that. Not that anymore. Learned a lot.
I want to know what you learned. How did you learn?
Yeah, how did you learn?
I learned by keeping my mouth shut and doing a lot of reading, asking questions.
lot of
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tap the
Going in
few.
both of them.
Right.
Doing my own personal.
We're doing my own test.
You
Yeah.
got 10 kids coming. Let me see something.
Took my own census.
I
Yes,
mean, I don't
did.
want to be their stepdaddy, but
Nah, he was giving out haircuts.
but I cut their hair. He said, but I cut their hair.
Oh my God.
You know I'm a barber, right? Just, you know what I mean?
Alyssa.
Listen, man.
That's crazy.
It's just what we think. A lot of
No, stop saying we.
a lot of
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Okay, you don't agree with it. That's not true.
I need you to take a quote. I need you to take a poll on Facebook and find out how many men agree that because a woman has a lot of
He
kids.
gonna get cussed out. He put that poll up there because all the chicks we got a whole bunch of kids gonna be on there.
What would be the minimum number? 2 kids? If you got more than 2 kids, right?
Nah, 3.
3?
3, because you need that thing to be punched on a little bit. And two ain't enough, right?
2 ain't 1 is enough. That's a whole human coming out of there.
No. 1 ain't enough. One bring it right back. See, you only had 1 kid, so you know 1 is enough. Maximum for me is 3. I want 1. You feel me? So like you need that thing to be a little loose. You feel me?
Oh,
And that's what you're looking for. You don't want you want to just slide up in there whenever you want. You feel me? Like
I'm just saying.
nothing. Roll
When
her
you
over.
see, when I used to see a woman, especially in high school, early 20s, I seen a
Start talking
woman.
about this.
When I seen a woman, you asked the
exactly.
question.
Alyssa.
You asked the question. So
Just take it all the way down the road.
Yeah,
That's what
listen.
we do. That's what we do.
When
It's past 9 o'clock, so
when
we're allowed to be
when
vocal.
we was-
It's almost 10.
when I was grown, high school, early 20s, and you seen, and you was going out and you asked, yo, how many kids you got, man? I got, first of all, how you my age and got 4 kids?
What you mean? She was giving it up.
Yes.
But see, she wasn't taking precautions. She wasn't selective. I don't like the 4 kids. I can't even say that, right? Because I got 5.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, you got 17 kids and 25 baby moms.
I can't even say that. I can't even say that.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, at my age at that time, and you got 4
I said that
kids,
I said that the other day. I was in the market. I was like, all right, and okay. I was in the market and this lady cracked on me and she was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, oh, how you doing? She was like, yeah, we got to talking. You feel me? I was like, how many kids you got? Because I seen the kids walking. I said, how many kids you got? Oh, I got 6. Oh, I said, okay, 1 baby dad. She's like, no. How many? 6.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a no for you.
Oh, I don't even know how you got past 3. I don't know how men are comfortable with that many different men. Like, and are they in? I don't know. I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, take my number. Yeah,
She's 6 for
I didn't
6.
give her my number. six for 6.
Oh man!
Right.
Listen, not judging anyone. That's a hard pill to swallow. Now you could have multiple kids.
And she was stacked too. You would have been like, yo, I would have took it.
Every kid has a different dad. You got to deal with all them different.
No, I'm not. That's a headache.
That's tough.
So now I see why females be like, nah, you got too many.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
gentlemen, for people like me, what would y'all say? Like for me, someone is single, divorced, doesn't have any kids, right? What would you say like would be like the I'm not gonna say quota, but like for somebody with kids,
What are you? I'm like, what you asking?
like me talking to somebody.
That has kids.
Yes.
That has kids?
Yes.
Do you want to have kids?
Okay. I didn't think it was gonna.
Right.
That's important.
That's the
important.
first question. If you don't want to have kids, then you
And
shouldn't
don't
be-
deal with nobody that got them.
No, it's not about not dealing with nobody. You shouldn't have no limit. If you don't want to vaginally push out kids, you shouldn't have no limit on the type of man that the man that how many kids he has. Now, if you want to have kids, then yeah, you got to look at
I'm not close to kids, but I'm older, so my time frame is
They're different.
different.
It's dwindling down.
Yeah. So you don't want kids.
safety
So you
precautions,
say,
safety
I don't want
reasons.
kids. We might be able to adopt some. If we can adopt some Africans, bring some Africans off there.
Oh my God.
Feed the children.
Huh? Yeah. What?
You're wrong.
Bring some Lord and Beads over there. Big tall, you know what I mean?
You are going to the NBA.
I agree with that though, bro. Yeah, if you want one or want two, however many you want, you should definitely be selective on. Yeah, you can't have no more than
8.
But if you don't want none, his number shouldn't matter if you're good with kids.
Right.
Because
even if you ain't good with kids, he might not need you to be
because
stepmom. He might not need you to be number
that will
one
eventually
stepmom.
happen.
But they'll be around. Or the kids will definitely be around. So you got to have a.
You got to be somewhat cool with kids.
Yeah.
You got to, because especially as an active dad, you got to be there.
If she don't want kids, it don't mean she wants to deal with nobody else. And that's the problem. You can't let other people think for you. You have to think for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want? Hey, and if don't nobody like it, then oh well, you ain't gotta like it. This is my motherfucking life. This is the nigga that I fell in love with. Stop allowing friends, girlfriends, cousins, moms, dads, brothers, sisters to affect the person that you fucking love, bro.
That's facts.
Like it's just that simple. I don't give a fuck who don't like who I'm dating. You don't like them. I love them. So get the fuck out my face. Don't bring me no bullshit. Oh, no, I don't want to hear that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Right? And that's how I feel. So, like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, oh, I don't like this, or I don't like him, or he did this. He didn't do that shit to me.
That's true.
So why you bringing that shit to me? And when he do something to me and I bring it to you, I told you I didn't like him. I'm not going to bring you no information, bro. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to bring you nothing. You're not going to know nothing. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Everything's, what you talking about, bitch? I'm going home.
That should definitely be the response anyway, though. Because too many hands in the pot going to spoil the stew. So it's just me and hers. That's it.
All right.
Ain't nobody else's. And listen, man, please don't be that female that talk to your girlfriends about.
It's nothing wrong with talking to your girlfriend.
It is.
No, it's nothing wrong with talking
Oh,
to your.
you said that with your chest.
Yeah, he did. It's
It
nothing
is.
wrong
You
with.
feel some type of way.
It is.
There's nothing wrong with talking to your girlfriends before you meet and get in a relationship with your man. Once you say, when you ask him, what are
Oh,
we?
okay. Well, yeah.
And he says, we're together.
Okay.
At that moment,
I apologize.
everything gets locked up.
Yeah.
Has some trauma around that subject.
Yeah, he definitely does, right?
Because-
We both do.
Because
Right, we both do.
because if you're talking to your females about your guy, then you're listening to their answers.
Okay.
So if you're listening to their answers, that's multiple noise in your head, and a lot of people don't have that discernment to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go with my peaceful
Oh no,
time
Jeanette,
and space.
I wasn't talking
I'm
about
going
you.
to. I heard what you said, and still come up with your own answer.
But
But a lot of us don't do that. A lot of us will hear the noise, and respond to the noise because it's louder than our own voice in our own head.
Right.
And that's bad because they're fucking miserable over there.
right.
Facts.
Yeah, real quick, because they can't find a man. They can't find nobody that wants them. Because they shaped like a motherfucking, what is it? What's the word?
Tasmanian devil?
No, not a Tasmanian devil. What's an improper fraction? You feel me? Like, nah, that's what happens. They get mad. They can't find nobody, and then they get to playing around with other niggas, and niggas don't want to take them serious. You feel me? Then they mad at the girl that got the man. You feel me? And oh man, that nigga ain't shit. Once you're in a relationship, it should be between you, the two of you, especially if you're married. Once you start a relationship and you're in a relationship, I think it takes about 2 years before you can say this is a marriage situation. After those 2 years, if you're in it and you're willing to grow and you're growing while you're in it, and it's not like you're stagnant still in, if y'all started in 1999, y'all can't still be in 1999. You got to grow. You're aging. So now you're 21. What do 21s do? What do 21-year-olds do? They evolve, right? They change, right? So if you're not changing every year, I'm not going to marry you. I'm not going to push you. I'm not going, man, you crazy? Nah, we're going to stay right here in 1999.
we going
Yeah.
We're going to be
But
in this area.
I've learned to keep my relationship and the things that I'm dealing with inside of my relationship to me. I'm not sharing another motherfucking thing with nobody because they use it and it gets used against you and it just blows up in your face. And the only person it hurts is you. It's not hurting them, right? They got information because you gave it up willingly. Don't get that information up, right? And now you sitting there looking stuck because you're like, fuck, I should have never said that. Now my friend's looking at me crazy.
Yep. Especially if you go back to the chick. Like if y'all reconcile, if you said something about your dude to anybody besides him, and y'all reconcile, y'all get back together, they still looking at the negative. They ain't worrying about, oh, we've overcome, we got better. They ain't looking at that like you are. They looking at it, oh, this nigga was some shit. Why the fuck you with him? Why you in this? So if you don't tell them, they'll never know, and they can't judge you accordingly. And that's straight like that. But Andrea, thank you, Miss Brown.
We got our first guest, man.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having me. This was so fun.
Right.
Appreciate
Leslie over
you.
there sleeping.
Appreciate you for coming through and spending the evening with us on Straight Like Dat.
Hope I can come again.
Yes,
absolutely.
Listen, we had fun. You had fun, P?
Listen,
It's just a yes or no.
yeah, I did.
All right. Leslie, you good?
See,
Now you don't want to
now
talk.
she's silent.
Shit. Yo. So we'll see y'all next week. Yo, I got a topic for next week already.
Oh,
You ready? Men's mental health. We talking about that. We talking about that next week. Our mental health.
what do you mean? Why is the question? See how it's always open.
It's open ended. It's
Why is it always
our mental health.
open-ended? Ask a question.
No, that's
Men's
that's
mental
what
health. That's what we're talking.
Ask a question.
we're talking about. That.
Ask a question.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
But I'm saying you still have to ask a question.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna get there, but that's gonna be the foundation of our conversation next week. Men's mental health. Is it important?
Very.
You got two women that said it is.
That's the only two in America.
That's you said it. I did.
Sassy.
Well, that's what we're talking about next week, man. Men's mental health. How important is it?
Y'all need a round table at City Hall. Nah, we don't need a round table at City. I'm definitely not.
Not there.
No.
Not there.
Definitely ain't going there.
We can get a round table here.
Yeah, we can. We looking to get some bigger spaces and move out and have more people because you want more people to participate.
Yeah, perspective. We welcome it all.
I was talking to Ebony last night. She was talking about doing some live shows. I was like, I got a couple men. You feel me? I got a couple different shows we can do that with. So we're evolving, but we're doing it slowly.
Yeah, man.
It's
Baby steps. It's okay.
Best to be slow than to be fast. I want to enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Right.
I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank
Come
you.
back.
Get
I
the
really
resources.
would come back.
Come back.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. P.
Yo, bro.
Listen, I'll see you next week.
Oh man, what's next week?
After Mother's
The
Day,
15th.
man. That's the 15th.
Yeah, I might be here.
You here?
I should be.
All right, I'm going to be here.
All right, bro.
Yo, man, see y'all next week, man. It's been another episode of
Straight
Like
Dat.
Let's
What
go.
you mean you might be here.
I might be here. You never know. I might decide to go to Florida or something.
Go see Big Bro down there.
Who the hell is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning.
How I do?
You did
Oh,
great.
y'all done?
Straight like that.